What's up, everybody? So I've been seeing a lot of stuff about NATO. So I want to throw some education about NATO, since that's where all the active duty, when you signed up for active duty in the armed services of the United States, you were actually sent to NATO outside of the European Union. So let's talk about NATO for a second. Where did NATO come from? Well, here's what happened, okay? Because this scam has never been said, at least not as far as I've seen it. If you go to the YouTube and you look up the 10th volume of the Nuremberg trials documentary, right? I just woke up a little while ago. If you go to the 10th volume of the Nuremberg trials, Chief Justice Robert Jackson, who is the chief prosecutor of the Nuremberg trials, states that he wants to prosecute the bankers, the industrialists, and the attorneys that facilitated the rise of Hitler and the Third Reich. Okay? 30 days later, Russia pulls out of the Nuremberg trials and the Cold War starts. That's right. That's where the Cold War came from. That's how it started. Because the losers were about to get prosecuted by United States Chief Justice for war profiteering. So what do? They create the European Union, which is a banking industrialist attorney cartel, and then they create NATO so that they can facilitate this entire propaganda war that has subsequently become our monetary system, our news system, and every other system that we have. And when the veterans get discharged, they get discharged to the EU. They can't even get back to America because there's no American ports. At least there wasn't until the Gulf of America was created and Guantanamo Bay and the Camp Justice is created and Port Orleans is about to start and American veterans are going to get returned back to America. NATO and the European Union is the propaganda machine. And their Cold War is just an excuse to globally monetize and conduct banking wars and profit wars. They're the problem. God bless. Pass it on.